Hello and welcome to the Blender Basics video series. These videos are designed to accompany the chapters found in the Blender Basics tutorial book and not as a replacement, so if you don't have the book, head over to www.cdschools.org/BlenderBasics to download a free copy. This video will focus on Chapter 3, creating and editing objects, making a 3D logo. So, to get started, first thing I'm going to do is bring up the chapter here. And it's actually considered one of our challenge performance tasks, where you can drop a picture into the background and trace a logo and make anything that would look as great as anything you'd see on TV or at a sporting event. So the first thing you need to do is decide, what are you going to trace for a logo? For us, we're going to use the beloved Blender logo for ours. So I found a copy of the Blender logo online, downloaded it, and saved it to a folder. From here we're going to go over to Blender, and since I'm not going to be using the cube, I'm going to delete the initial cube, and we're going to be working in the top view, so I'm going to go to a number 5 ortho view on the number pad and a number 7 on the number pad to go into a top view. I'm going to open up the numeric input panel over here, which also has some other interesting tools for us to work with. And again, you can open and close this panel with the N key on your keyboard. So what I want to do is I want to add a background image, and you'll see that down here to the bottom. I'll open the panel up and check it, and you have the option to add an image. And I need to open the image, so I'll go out and find the image that I saved. Okay, so we'll browse out to my drive here. I have this actually on my desktop in a folder for Blender, and there's the Blender logo. When I put it in, it'll automatically drop it into the background, and you have some options in here of what you would like to do with this logo. You can make it that it shows up in every principal view and the camera view by default. Now if I have this view spun, notice that it disappears. You will only see this logo in a principal view. A number 3 right view, a number 1 front view, or a number 7 top view, or even in a 0, a camera view, it will show up. So we're going to work in a top view right now. And you can change its opacity, you can change its size, push it left or right if you want to. There's a lot of things you can do with this. I'm just going to keep it the way that it came in. And we're going to start out by tracing the orange portion of this. So put my 3D my 3D cursor in a good location, and I'm going to hit the space bar, and again you can hit Shift A, add mesh plane. So I'm adding a plane. First off, I basically really only want to keep a couple of vertices. I do not want a whole face at this point. So we're going to go into edit mode. I'm going to select one vertex, hit the delete key, and choose vertices to delete. And now I'm just going to put the 3 that are remaining in a good location. So we're going to zoom in, and I'm going to grab, we'll start with this one. We'll put that one in this location. And I'm going to put this one down here. And I'm going to put this one kind of starting around the corner. From here I need to extrude, just like we did in the last exercise. We hit E to extrude. I'm going to continue around the shape, and I'm going to turn the transform widgets off because that's annoying to me. So we continue to extrude. I'm going to make this one very rough, but again, if you want a good quality mesh, you're going to take your time and add a lot of vertices to this and really zoom in. Start out with a good quality image. The better your image, the better the edges will look. But we're going to keep this video short. I'm going to pan around here, and I'm going to continue to shape this. And again, I'm not going to do a very good job with this right now. To pan, remember you hold down the Shift key. Whoops, got out of the view. Hold down Shift, hold down mouse wheel to pan. And this Blender logo is going to be very rough. Now to close your shape, if I spin this a little bit, you'll notice that I have a gap here. A lot of students will will pull a vertex over top of this and just sit one on top of the other one. That won't work. It needs to be a closed shape. So leave a gap, hold down your Shift key, select them both, and hit F to fill or face. And you'll fill that, and it will now be a closed shape. To design the inside part of it, I'm just going to select one vertex, hit Shift D to duplicate, put one over here. So again, Shift D to duplicate, and now start to extrude that one, and that'll give me my inside shape. I don't think I would be getting any jobs anytime soon with this logo as rough as it looks. And again, when you get close to the end, hold down your shift key, select both ends, hit F to fill. So now I've got two outlines on my Blender logo. What I'm going to do at this point is hit A for all, just to select everything, and to make sure you haven't accidentally created any double vertices, any double vertex situations. With everything selected, I'm going to scroll down my tool shelf and hit the remove doubles, and your goal is to have 0 vertices removed. Because if you have double vertices at this point, it will cause problems with the next step, and that's filling or facing this. So remember, I used F for a single fill, and you can actually, in Blender, select up to 4 points and hit F to fill and create a face. Okay, I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. If I hit A for all again, I'm going to hit Control F, and that brings up a fill menu. And right here is the fill option, and if you see, if I hit Alt F, it would fill the entire thing for me. If I hit F12 and render a picture, you'll see that there's the logo and how much of it is in the camera view. I'll hit Escape to get out of that. So now we have a two-dimensional Blender logo, and to make the circle, I could either add a circle object or just duplicate one vertex again, Shift D, and start to extrude it. When you get close to the end, select the two end vertices, hit F to fill, and now that's filled. I can either circle select, I'll hit C for circle select just to select the interface, the inner vertices, and now I can hit Alt F to fill it. And that filled that shape, so now I've got this. Now to extrude everything, I'm going to hit A for all again, and just like we made the lighthouse, I'm going to hit number 1 to switch to a front view on the number pad, hit E to extrude, pull them up as thick as I would want this logo to go, and there you go. You've created a three-dimensional logo. Hopefully yours will be much better than this one. We will talk about materials and textures in a later chapter. Thank you for watching.